So I want to talk about another topic. And so I wanted to release another poll to understand if you have heard of the term zone of proximal development before. So we're going to release the poll for a minute and see. Okay, so it looks like most people are saying that they haven't heard this before, or that they don't know. I'll give you a few more moments to decide. Give you guys a few more seconds. Okay, so most people haven't heard of this before. This is really useful for me to know. I talk with a lot of teachers, and I think teachers seem to know this term a lot. So I was curious about what parents knew. So zone of proximal development is, if you think about this image of these circles, that this darkest circle is what the child can do by him or herself. So for example, if it's reading a really basic sentence or completing a really basic puzzle, it's something that you know that the child can do by themselves. Then this outer circle is what the child can't do. So maybe the child can't complete the very difficult puzzle. It's too hard for them. They might be, you know, a 3-year-old and you're giving them a 5-year-old puzzle to do. Well, the zone of proximal development is this area between what the child can't do and what the child can do by herself. And so it's this area that where the child can do that with help. So it could be with the help of the parent or with the help of the teacher. It's the distance between the actual development level as determined by independent problem solving and the level of potential development. And this is attributed to Vygotsky, who was a very famous Russian child developmental researcher. And so this concept is really important because you can think about building self-confidence by starting to slowly introduce things that the child can't do, but they can do it with some help. And so sometimes you don't always want to just give them something that they already know how to do, right? You want to challenge your child to do something new. It takes some self-confidence to be able to do something new. But you don't want to give them something that's way too hard, because that's also very demotivating. If the child can't do it, they might get frustrated, they might give up on it, they might start crying. So I would suggest leaning into what they can do and to provide some healthy scaffolds for them. So maybe it's giving them a medium difficult puzzle, but you're there to help them. And when you think about how you can help them, you know, you don't want to totally do the puzzle for them, but giving them just a little bit of help so that they can do something. And then at the end, you can again tie in that verbal praise or positive reinforcement and say, you know, look at what you just did. You just did this really hard puzzle. I wanted to also mention that this is one of the things that we've specifically incorporated into the Reach learning platform, this idea of tracking, you know, did the child do it by themselves? Did the child do it with help? Or was the child not able to do it? I just wanted to give you a few moments if there are any questions that have come up during this that you want to add in the chat that I can address, or if there's something that was unclear. Just going to give you a minute to do that. Okay, so I haven't seen anything here. So I wanted to provide a recap of all of